A black woman's appearance is often a huge trigger in the workplace. We're not supposed to look really nice. If you're new here, I've started a series called Black and Female in Corporate America where I've been sharing my own personal experiences of what it's been like for me being a black woman in predominantly white spaces. So, this story is about when I was working as a paralegal. I had a pair of kitten heels that I wore to work one day. And this office, the way that it was set up, I had an L shaped desk, and my desk was right outside an associate attorney's that I was working with. And the managing shareholder of the firm also was on this floor. And so one day I'm standing up and she happened to walk past my desk, and she was always very friendly. If she sees you, she's going to speak. And so she came over and we were just chatting a bit, and she noticed my shoes, and she said, "Oh, these are really cute shoes." And she was like, "Are they comfortable?" And I said, "Yes, they are." And we started this conversation about, finding a nice pair of dress shoes that are comfortable. So, one thing about this attorney that I was working with, she had a problem with anybody stopping at my desk saying hello or anything. She would try to buzz me and act like she needed something, but she didn't. Or she would step out and try to interrupt the conversation. And so, with the managing shareholder, she would tread a little bit lightly, but she still popped out, tried to get in the conversation. And so, she overheard her talking about my shoes, and she came out and she kind of looked at them. And our conversation had ended. So, I'm sitting back down. This attorney goes back into her office, and it's almost like she waited maybe a few seconds, and then she came out and said, "Oh, I forgot, I need something to go to this law firm that's just about 2 blocks away. It's a really pretty day outside. You can just walk over there. It needs to go now." And I knew she was just making something up, and she was just a very difficult person to work with, and I knew she was trying to do this because this attorney had complimented my shoes, and she wanted me to walk over there to drop off this paperwork. Well, the firm, the way that it was set up, we had runners. So they would come every 30 minutes to pick up filings, to pick up mail, what have you. And so I said, no, I pushed back. I said, I'll put in a request for the runner. That's their job. They can do this. And she, tried to come back at me and said, "Well, I need this done right now. Can't you just get up and do it?" And I said, "No, I'm not. I have heels on. I don't have tennis shoes, and it's not my job." I said, "This is what the runners are for. This is not urgent." Next thing I know, I found out later that she had went to the office admin and complained about me, but fortunately the admin had her number, so she didn't take the bait or try to coddle her in any way. But I told her what had happened, and she said, "Yeah, I figured something, it was just a non-issue," but she tried to make an emergency out of nothing. But she did that on purpose because she was hoping I'd mess up my shoes. And so this is something that I've always thought was really interesting. As black women, we take pride in our appearance and how we look at work, but whether we change our hair, we have on a nice suit, dress, pair of shoes, handbag, anything, it is a topic of discussion all day long.